Man, the internet is ruthless, isn't it? So, if you guys haven't realized this yet, hey man, people don't like Idubbz at the moment. Why don't they like I to the Dubs and his sworn nemesis, Leafy the Chin, has come back? Mostly because, well, actually, we all know the reason for that. Well, on the surface, it seems as though it's that they're calling Idubbz a simp, even though technically simp is for a guy. If I can use a breakdown definition, right? A simp is a guy who goes to a store, pays for the goods, but doesn't get the goods. Kind of what a simp is, right? And Idubbz, since he's smashing that every night, or at the very least, man, like he kind of has some type of access to smell it, then technically no, he's not a simp, right? But then in the same vein of that, is he a cuck? Of course not, because at this point, right, you know, nobody's like really getting with his girl except for him, so you can't really call him that either. What is he? I don't know, regular guy, man, like that's okay, man, with his girlfriend, man, like, you know, showing something on the internet, even though technically, give or take, man, with their relationship and how big of an internet face he is, she's not going to show anything. You will find more on her Instagram than doing that garbage. So yeah, basically it's just a scam, if anything, right? So, you know, with him coming out and saying like, yeah, I don't have problems with sex workers, I'm like, listen, people really don't have problems with sex workers. They only say that shit because they like to fuck with you, but it is what it is, right? So if that's not the case, right, if the OnlyFans thing is, you know, the Idubbz part, what is the meat of it? Well, the meat of it is people just don't like his girlfriend because they don't like her as a person because of stuff that she's done in the past with art, giving a whole bunch of like differing opinions in terms of OnlyFans and whatnot. And, you know, let's be real, you know, with the body shaming and all that crazy stuff, I'm like, it's not really stuff like that I really care about, but aside from maybe like the art thing, because artists tend to kind of have very differing opinions in terms of, you know, you tracing art or you getting better as an artist, or at the very least, even if you draw something like in the same position as somebody else, right? You know what I mean? Like they're willing to burn you and the earth, man, like to call you wrong and like that. They feel like that they need something to be, or at least to say that, hey, you owe me this, that kind of shit, right? And yeah, she's done a lot of shit like that people really don't like her for. Me personally, I don't know her, I don't talk to her, and I really don't fucking care, but, you know. But, yeah, that is the thing, right? But, real say, man, but here's another question. Why are people so hard on Idubbz for this, though? Well, mostly because I was thinking about this, because, yeah, I was watching, what's that fucking, like, the Tiger King. I was watching that shit and I learned something about that, which was Idubbz had a pretty strong brand and face on the internet in terms of him putting out the content cops and all that crazy shit, of him being this silly motherfucker like that just does goofy shit, right? You know what I mean? And the same thing has happened to all of the classic OGs who had, YouTube OGs who that we've been seeing like go down this fucking rabbit hole of starting out pretty cool and then going to a sharp decline of being just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do you even understand your audience anymore? You know, that kind of thing, right? And I think it just came from you built your brand to be this and then you didn't respect it anymore. It's that kind of thing, right? Where it's like your brand is to be this guy who really doesn't like X, Y, and Z. You don't say like you look down on sex workers and all that bullshit, especially, man, with all the comedy and all that crazy shit that came out when he was talking about it, which that people love to reference. Because of that, that's why he's getting shit. In terms of his girlfriend, mostly because they don't like her because she pretty much is, you know, like, well, now she says one thing and then does another and then tries to hide it instead of just saying, yo, I fucked up, I'm sorry. Crazy how that comes about, but, you know, all in all, I will leave you guys with this. Everybody loves Idubbz. Say everybody who loves and likes Idubbz online, please stop telling him to break up with his girlfriend, because again, that kind of makes you seem kind of weird and fucking crazy. And for the people who are making fun of Idubbz, hey, keep doing that shit. It is what it is, right? Like, these are jokes and memes or whatever, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. I watch a lot of people who talk about this shit and They seem like that they're pretty okay, but a lot of them seem to just be having fun with the joke, which again isn't necessarily a problem. You know, except for the people who are legitimately angry. Like, yo, you guys have a fucking problem. And also in terms of, you know, his girlfriend Anisa, right, and trying, man, to use what she's doing with the OnlyFans thing and try and say like, yeah, man, like because of this, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, porn is bad and this is bad and everything else is bad. The reality of it is that, look, everything is fucking bad. Everything is bad if you if you get too much of it, right? And if you really think that, then either A, you probably don't like it, man, when like your girlfriend is being, say, like when like she looks attractive and other people find her attractive, or better yet, you are a woman that is attractive, but you know you don't like the fact that you are attractive and that you are getting this attention, so you're trying to fuck it up for everybody by kind of like just poisoning the well. It is what it is, right? Oh, and also finally, no one gave a fuck about Anisa before. Why the hell do you think we even give a fuck about what in the hell she's doing now? So I'm gonna leave that off with there. So I'm gonna leave that one there. Catch you guys on the next John Graves show. I'm out.